Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to a meal planning video. This week I'm sticking to a strict budget, so I wanted to share with you how I write out my family meal plan and also share my grocery haul for the week. We are a family of 4, and I like to cook homemade meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And just because I'm sticking to a budget this week does not mean I am compromising on the quality of food we purchase. So let's jump into today's video. If you're new here, my name is Kristen. I love sharing videos on all things homemaking, and I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, welcome back. Okay, so the first thing I did was write out a meal plan for my entire family for the week. No fancy planner here today, just pen and paper. I wanted to make a plan where I could feed my family for the entire week with $300. And you'll see, I'm doing my best to add variety with some dinners this week, but breakfast and lunch is going to be pretty standard. We're going to be doing a lot of oatmeal. We're going to be either switching it up for the kids, eggs, potatoes, and toast, or quesadillas with broccoli. I also separately wrote out the dinners just because here on the meal plan I ended up writing for dinner. I want to have some kind of protein. I want to make sure I'm having like a pasta or potato. Always have a vegetable. I like to add in like a salad, and I like to add in like a third of a baguette. So for the family meal plan, the entire family for breakfast this week is going to be doing oatmeal. I have totally fallen off of making oatmeal in the morning because I just didn't want my kids to start off with something sugary. I've been making it the past couple of days and just really sweetening it with a little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of almond butter, banana, cinnamon, and just not adding a ton of sweetness to it. And it's been turning out delicious, and my kids are loving it, and I think it's a good thing to have when you're on a budget. And then for snack, my kids are having just a small bowl of fruit, just blueberries, apples, banana, small little bowl of fruit for them for a snack in between lunch. And then for the kids' lunch, they are doing the eggs, potatoes, and toast. This has been their go-to breakfast lately, but sometimes it was a little bit of a big breakfast for them when they first wake up. My kids are 3 and 5, and so it's actually been nice giving them the oatmeal in the morning and kind of give them some more time to get a little more hungry, and they're really finishing the plate of eggs, potatoes, and toast. Or I've been doing quesadillas with broccoli. Sneak in those vegetables whenever you can. And then of course the kids will need another snack before dinner, so they are doing yogurt. I like to give them the Fage or Faje. I don't know how you pronounce it. I've been eating this for like 20 years and I still don't know how to pronounce it. But I just add like a little bit of jam to it just to give it a little hint of sweetness. Give them more fruit as well. Okay, and now getting into the dinners, like I said, we're going to try to do the protein, a pasta or potato, vegetable, salad, baguette for some of the dinners. So I'll share examples as I go. So an easy budget meal that I will go to is always like a baked ziti with chicken sausage, and then add that baguette and salad. I'm going to make this twice this week because chicken sausage is pretty cheap at Publix. Obviously, pasta is very cheap, and then the salad and the baguette. Oh, and I also added broccoli with it too for the kids. I forgot to write that down. I like to add broccoli with like all meals because my kids love broccoli so much. Like I'll just put a little bowl of broccoli on the side too. But like I said, my kids are 3 and 5, so 1 casserole is plenty for my family of 4. If I had teenagers, I don't know, I might have to make 2 casseroles. Another favorite meal that I like to make on a budget is homemade chicken soup. I have shared this recipe in another video. I'll try to find it and link it down below, but I make the best chicken soup, all from natural ingredients. I don't use any bouillon cubes or any crazy seasonings. I get all of the flavor from like onion, garlic, and the chicken, and it's kind of the way that you make it. Old school style. So lots of vegetables in there for the kids to get their veggies in, and always serve that with a baguette as well, and it's very filling. Tacos are always a go-to for everyone. I'm using ground beef, a nice filling meat, rice, peppers, onions, and corn, sour cream. I'll make a taco salad for myself, so I'll add lettuce, tomato, and then the kids can add cheese if they want, and my husband and kids will have theirs with tortillas. I'm just showing you an example of what I ate, and it was more like a taco salad. Chicken sandwich with mac and cheese and sweet potato. You gotta have something that's kind of like a takeout type meal. We don't get takeout very often. My kids have only had fast food like a handful of times. I'm not even kidding. Obviously, when we're out and about traveling, we've had takeout with them a few times, but I usually always bring everything homemade as much as possible. So I like to get something that kind of resembles like a fast food. So we'll do a chicken sandwich with mac and cheese and sweet potato. And then the last meal, spaghetti and meatballs, Old Faithful. I don't have any footage of this meal, but I'm sure you can imagine some spaghetti and meatballs. And then I always make my kids some sort of muffins or treat for the week, blueberry muffins or banana chocolate chip muffins or banana bread, something like that. So I ended up making this small batch of banana chocolate chip muffins twice this particular week, and I'll link that recipe down below. It's really good. And then what I like to do is write out the meal plan. On this day, I added it to my little whiteboard here in my kitchen. Sometimes I'll just put it on a piece of paper, put it up on the refrigerator, somewhere where my husband can see it if he needs to. So, he can know what to expect for meals because he really has no idea. He doesn't do any of the cooking or meal planning. So if he wants to see what we're having, he can take a look. But now I will jump into the grocery haul from my local Publix where I got everything for the meal plan for this week. Okay, guys, let's jump into this grocery haul. I'm going to show you what I got for, I spent $295 on this meal plan for the week. I saved $51. I have my dinners here just to remember what those dinners were. And I have to say, I will go back midweek to get a little bit more fruit. We do have some apples already in the refrigerator, but I've got these 3 bunches of bananas, container of blueberries, 4 apples. That's certainly not enough fruit for my children. So I will be going back and probably just spend like another $20 or so. All right, so starting back here, we've got this huge bag of potatoes, which was on sale at Publix for $3.99. So I thought that was a really good deal. We can use this for, when I make the eggs, toast, and potatoes all the time. It's a big bag. And then we have the 3 bunches of bananas, like I said, 1 container of blueberries, 4 apples. We got the Sugar Bomb tomatoes. This will be for salads, and also my son loves to eat these as a snack. Okay, corn for the tacos. We've got our lonely little sweet potato here that we'll add to the mac and cheese. I got the big thing of organic spring mix so that we can add salads to a lot of those meals. Let's see, thing of carrots. We're gonna need carrots and onion and potatoes for the chicken soup. Cucumbers for the salad as well. Got green beans, huge bag of broccoli. I prefer to get organic vegetables, but when you're on a budget and you really have to make it under a certain amount, I got this huge bag of Birds Eye. Almond butter. I don't like to get like an inexpensive, poor quality almond butter or peanut butter. That's something that I don't compromise on. I like to get like a good quality peanut butter or almond butter. We got some red sauce here. We got our buy one, get one free Cabernet for the week. 1 box of pods. I already have some pods over there, so adding this 1 box to the ones I already have should be good for the whole week. Chocolate chips, because I'm going to be making my kids chocolate chip banana muffins this week. And I like to get this brand. My kids love like a dark chocolate. They actually love these 60%, so they're really good. Salt. I was out of salt and I needed some salt. I've been liking getting this one, but I switch salts a lot. All right, dairy. We got 2 of these. I like to get my kids high quality milk. So we got 2 of these, and I already have 1 full one still in the refrigerator. So we are like kind of piggybacking off of what I still had from last week, but yogurt for the kids, 2 sticks of butter. This brand of cheese was buy 2, get 1 free. So we've got 3 cheese, perfect for quesadillas this week, tacos, added on top of that baked ziti or pasta, perfect. Little bitty thing of sour cream for the tacos. Then over here I have 2 dozen eggs. Again, something I'm not going to compromise on is our eggs. We get the good quality brand of eggs. There are just certain things that I just don't want to scrimp on. Okay, over here for meat, I have 2 things of ground beef. These were on sale for $8.99 each, which was a pretty good deal. And we'll be using that for our meatballs. And we'll be using it for our tacos. 2 packages of salsa. 2 packages of sausage. I got 1 mild, 1 hot. It is chicken sausage. This is our favorite from Publix. And I will use both of these for the 2 baked pasta meals, the baked ziti meals. Big package of chicken thighs here. I will use this for the chicken soup, and this is going to make a very big batch of chicken soup. So we'll be able to eat that soup and have leftovers for sure. And then we went with a little bit of fun here for the chicken sandwiches that we're going to do. I like to get something once in a while that feels almost like a fast food. Lots of pasta this week because we're doing those 2 big ziti meals. We're doing spaghetti. We're going to do mac and cheese one night. Pasta is just a good filler for the kids. Baguettes, I like to do with each meal pretty much, not the tacos obviously, but with the Italian meals and with the soup, we'll cut like 1/3 of this and throw it in the oven. So 2 baguettes can be used for like 5 of the meals this week probably, and it's just a good filler. You know, I want my kids to be full. I want them to have a lot on their plate, and so pasta and bread, if that's going to fill them up along with their protein and their vegetables and their fruit and all of that, I'm happy with that. Tortillas for tacos. These Dave's buns are our favorite, and they were buy one, get one free today. So I ended up getting 4 of them. These will obviously take us into next week. Thing of oats for the oatmeal. I like this brand. Breadcrumbs. I needed breadcrumbs for the meatballs. A couple little lonely things over here. We got the cleaning vinegar, the lemon. I'm going to use this to mop floors this week. I'm going to use this with baking soda to mop floors and to also clean tubs and showers and sinks. Works really good with a scrub brush. Very natural. We love the Dr. Bronner soap. Every once in a while I like to get the tea tree. Needed some dish pods for the dishwasher. My kids needed new toothbrushes. So these were on sale. Can't remember how much they were, but they were like really inexpensive. Maybe like $3.99 for 4 of them. So anyway, I thought this was a really good haul for under $300. And like I said, we'll need to go back for fruit. But other than that, I think we are set for the week. So I am on a budget. Homemaking on a budget over here.
I see the light shining on the stage. This is what I imagine every day.